I'm presenting Epiphany today, which is a visual art piece based on a poem, which is strung down to music, and it's like a blend of art and visual poetry, and music, of course. So the narration talks about how we're not born one gender, how if I was born a woman, I have acquired a lot of identities over the years. Everyone that I met, I take pieces of them into me, and everything that I learn, I see, I also take pieces of them into me. So gender for me, especially when I read about gender bender, it struck me that gender is more of an acquired identity than one in complete absolute ways. So that makes you question, why do the binaries exist, and why is there so much of you know violation happening on a personal level, on an individual level, on a community level and beyond. So I work with a lot of groups back in Bhopal, mostly to do with social issues that revolve around the environment, corporate culture, and the issue of Bhopal gas tragedy. But also lately, since we have been talking about Section 377, we've been talking about other issues. We've been talking about crimes in Madhya Pradesh. That makes you question, why do we separate ourselves from each other on the basis of unnecessary identities? I mean, I think that once you start really identifying yourself with certain characteristics, you tend to separate yourself from other people, and that makes you come into conflict. So yeah, okay, I'm done with that. The track that I made with a friend of mine called Agnesh was in composition and in narration, both like a circle. Somehow a lot of people come to relate with it because it starts with saying I'm born without marks and names, and at the end of it, it also says that um, the one thing naked about my body are its thoughts, which a lot of people can't connect to literally, but um, they can on a sort of a daily interaction level. Like when you talk about nakedness, we're generally referring to the body, but how often are we talking about the mind being out there, the mind being open, the mind being free? And once you do that, you also tend to liberate your body. So we want to take this forward with people who are not able to um, liberate themselves, both in body and in mind and in expression. And I think the visual art is just a part of that expression. That when I mean, there are 7 pieces, there are 8 pieces, and individually they talk about certain stages, right from birth to conflict and then to liberation. So that happens with everyone, and I think it's like really relatable if people see it. Um, okay, yeah, yeah. So at least back home, when you tend to explain to people what is it that you're up to, what is it that you're doing, what kind of work are people doing here, why does this exhibition exist? I mean, are we talking about rights? Are we talking about, is this like a normal gender discourse? Are we talking about art? And then you tell them it's none of the above. It's like a concoction of everything. It's about how you blend different parts of you into the same thing, how you blend certain kinds of dialogue and what you feel about. and then apply it to different mediums. So when you meet people here, you realize that okay, you weren't the only one thinking that you were probably crazy thinking it back. There are other people who are exploring a simple thing like gender in a um, much more diverse manner. And it matters a lot to find like-minded people. And here in Bangalore, all the way from Bhopal, it makes a huge difference so that I can come back to Bhopal, tell them there are people like that who exist. I mean, you don't have to be afraid to express yourself in other ways and about important things. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to how people. I'm looking forward to conversations. I'm looking forward to how people feel when they look at all of this. What irks them? I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah.